Indian startups are going on a warpath against their multinational rivals. Taxi sharing platforms Ola and Meru have launched an attack on Uber, asking the government to curb what they term as capital dumping. Now, e-wallet MobiKwik has launched a blistering attack on its rival Paytm, which is funded by China's Alibaba. Speaking exclusively to CNBC TV 18's Adith Charlie, MobiKwik's co-founder Bipin Singh asked the government to step in and restrict the flow of capital.
One of our rivals is basically run by a company which is the largest internet and payments company in China, and they have dumped $700 million into our rival, who has lost some 1,500 crores last year. All that money has actually just gone on not to create any kind of innovation, but it has just gone on as cashbacks and discounts and massive spends on media, with nothing specific in terms of innovation, which they have done and which MobiKwik has not done. And this company, by the way, this Chinese company, which has invested in our rival, actually grew in China and took advantage of a lot of protectionist policies in China in early 2000s, especially when eBay was very dominant in China. In 2005, they were doing $1 billion of GMV, and eventually eBay had to withdraw because policies were created in China which favored the local firm, and specifically policies around payment systems, limiting foreign ownership on payment systems. So we can't be naive sitting here and imagining that we should allow all kinds of capital, any kind of company to do whatever in India and just dump capital in a way which is basically just buying up consumers without creating any kind of an ecosystem. So this is one point that I would like to make. The second point is specifically across all these segments, whether you take e-commerce, whether you take ride sharing, and in fact more so when it comes to payment and financial systems, how are we safeguarding the data of Indian consumers? Because these companies have access to the data of millions and millions and billions of Indian users, and we don't know where that data is sitting today, how it is being protected, how it is not being used by these companies and their respective governments to create policy or to get information which can eventually be damaging to the Indian consumers, to the Indian ecosystem, and to our country as a whole.